Hey, what's happening, gamers? It's Amber here with Kwingsletsplays, and today we're gonna be checking out Rhapsody, a musical adventure. This should be the finale of the game, and special thanks to special thanks to Mandrakos for sponsoring today's stream. You're breathtaking, Mandrakos, and wherever you are, whether you're working or you had to sleep because you had to work in the morning or whatever you're doing. Sorry I couldn't get on the same schedule, but thank you so much for sponsoring this whole series and so many series that we've done. Thank you for being an ultimate for many, many months, literally years as an ultimate. So thank you, Mandrakos, wherever you are, and I hope you enjoy watching this back. Special thanks to Mandrakos again for sponsoring the stream and for many years as an ultimate. God bless you, Mandrakos. Thank you for your love and support and help, and I hope you're having a wonderful day at work wherever you are, and hope everyone's having a great day today. I hope you guys are having a good evening today. Okay, so we're gonna get right into it. So this is probably gonna be the finale for Rhapsody musical adventure. I've obviously not played through the game, so I actually don't know if it's the finale, but I know we're getting towards the end of the game, so I have a pretty good idea that it is the finale. Okay, so actually here. Alright, hi Jacob Orion. Hi Nintendo and Sonic Gamer Girl. Hi Tim Reed. Hi Jacob Langlet. And hi the Blues Cat, and hello the Eyes of Joy. Hello Jason, and Uncle Howdy said you're very funny, Amber. Thank you. And hi Jacob Orion, and hi everyone. Alright guys, so we are basically at the end of the... So we had to, for the last episode, we did a lot of stuff. We had to collect a lot of these special crystal things. So I don't really know how long this ending is gonna go. So honestly, I think I'm gonna go back to I think where's the village that we started at. So okay, I'm pretty sure that we start at Mother Green. So we're gonna go back there and just make sure we stock up on supplies. Oh no, this is not where we start. Okay, so here's our, this is where we start in the game. This is our home, and let's go. I'm honestly gonna visit, like, some people here and just say hello. Now the prince has been kidnapped. What's gonna happen to us? Okay. So basically, if you guys are just coming into this story, your horn has a mysterious power. It has the ability to get monsters to join you and give you some powers. I wonder where and how your mother acquired that mysterious horn. Please be careful, Cornet. And there's Cornet's room. It has little cats on it, and this is where you start the game, in this room. And the main character's name is Cornet. And Mandrakos knows I love music. So that was my major in college, and I just always wanted to sing and compose music, so it was really nice of Mandrakos to remember that and sponsor this. So that's So that's where you start out. So we're actually towards the end of the game. We've gone to all these places, all these dungeons and forests and everything. So we're towards the end of the game. I don't really know what's going to happen. We're supposed to save. What's kind of cool is that we're actually, it's a girl saving the prince, which I think is pretty interesting. And honestly, there are some old fairy tales where the girl does save the prince, but I don't know why they never adapt those into animated movies, because it probably would be kind of neat to see that. But this game is kind of cool because it's actually the girl heroine saving the prince, so I think it's a really neat twist for that. So we're at the very end. You have to go to all these places to collect all these different like pearls or special crystals. So let's check it out. So we got the first one. I think we already put this pearl here. Oh, okay. Yep, and if you guys, I'm gonna cut out the intro to the Super Bowl thing we did today. And yeah, I do know the Winter Olympics are going on. Honestly, I don't have cable, so I haven't really been watching the Olympics. I just kind of caught a little bit of them. But honestly, when I was little, I really enjoyed watching the Olympics, but I feel like I've seen Winter Olympics a few times, and I don't know, it's kind of like, I don't know. I really, really liked the Olympics when, well, Michelle Kwan, I really loved her as a skater. And there were a few other people that I was really like a fan of at different Olympics, but I just haven't been keeping track of any of the people. I know that there's some, some skaters and stuff that have a following and stuff like that. So I'll have to watch some of the videos later when I get a chance. Alright, guys. Well, actually, I'm gonna play my horn. Oh, wow. It was Seahawks 29 to the Patriots 13. Oh, wow, Jacob. Oh, my goodness. Hi, Mr. Zach, YouTube. Hi, Jarrell. Hi, everyone. Alright, experience acquired. Awesome. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, I don't know if I messed something up. I'm just gonna load the game again because I think I messed up. I think I was supposed to start from where I left off, and I wasn't supposed to leave that area. Oh, thank you so much, Uncle Howdy. I appreciate that so much. Thanks for the kind words, Uncle Howdy. Alright, guys, so I don't know, like, I think we weren't supposed to leave. So, like, this is the Cape Hope. Like, this is the last one. We go here, and then we're supposed to warp somewhere. Like, literally, this is the... We attacked all these creatures before. Like... Just so confused, like, what's going on. Like, I just don't understand anything. Like, I'm gonna have to watch something on this, so I'm just... Because, like, literally, I haven't done anything. I've just been... the only thing I did was I went to that forest area and recruited that one person, but that's, like, a side thing. Like, it's not even, like, necessary. Oh, here we go. Okay, there we go. This is what I was supposed to do. Oh my gosh! That was what I was supposed to do. Well, what do we have here? A brave girl fighting against impossible odds. Mayo, go! Crodia, stop her at all costs. Yes, ma'am. See, I knew I was at the end of the game. All I had to do was walk up to the altar. Oh my gosh. I should resurrect it before anything else gets in my way. So I was at the end of the game. I literally just didn't know I had to walk up there. Galonzo! Yes, ma'am. So I'm just wandering around the whole time. So I've wasted 2 hours of wandering around doing nothing. I already was at the end of the game. Give me a massage and clean the toilet after you're done with your tongue. Alright, so hopefully we have people in our party. We're gonna save, obviously. I really don't know why. Literally, I don't know why the game was not allowing me to go forward. I think I just forgot to move up to the altar. So that whole 2 hours was for absolute nothing. Like, nothing came of the last 2 hours of just wandering around. So I had already done all of that previously on the last stream, guys. Alright guys, so we are in Beauty Castle. Alright, so now we can go back here. Let's go back to the village and actually stock up on supplies. Now! Because now we know we're ending the game. Oh my gosh! I wish I had done that previously. Oh my gosh! Alright, we're gonna see if we can stock up on better stuff at another place, because I don't... Oh my gosh, you guys, we did not need to do any of those things. Like, none of those things did we need to do. Literally, the last 2 hours was a complete waste of time. Okay. Oh my gosh. Sorry, everyone. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm gonna try to get some stuff. Okay. Alright, guys, I'm gonna put some music on while I do this.
I choose you again. Old couch, same screen, glowing in the dark of our little home. You laugh, press start. I still can't believe I'm not alone. Ring on my hand, controller in yours. We lock and sync side by side. Every hit pulls us in deep. When enemies surround us, when the night feels long, we raise our eyes above the game. That's where we're strong. This is our crew up for life, hand in hand, hearts on fire. Through every battle, every fight, we lift our voices higher. When the hellfire's running low, we won't fall, we won't let go. Love, gaming, faith all intertwined. You and I, curled up for life. You miss your shot, I tease you soft, then pull you close. We pause the war, say a prayer that heaven knows. Your faith like armor covers all my fear and doubt. You sing that old hymn, and the monsters just fade out. When the screen is shaken, when the world hits hard, we stand on more than what we see. Guarded heart. If this level breaks us down, grace will lift us from the ground. We resurrect, we rise again. Start together, not the end. In every pit, starlight, see light. In every trial, we choose what's right. Side by side until we see the final victory. Ready, player one. Always. Up for life. Power up for life. Hand in hand, hearts on fire. Through every battle, every fight, we lift our voices higher. When the hellfire's running low, we won't fall, we won't let go.
thank you, Majel, for helping with the shorts. For people coming in, our channel is shadow banned, which means our channel was deleted in 2020. We are barely scraping by every day, and it's only because of people like Mandracos that we have the ability to keep going. He's the person that sponsored the stream today. Also, people like helping the channel, putting the shorts links in, such as Magewolf and other people helping to, encourage people to watch the shorts. So, if you guys want to become a member, and if we had enough members, we could stream whatever we wanted, and we wouldn't need to have wait times. But that, is not. And I could easily put the stream to members only. And actually, our mods would be able to still chat, even if it's members only. Just so you guys know, like, if you're a moderator, if I put the stream to members only, the mods can still chat. So. If people don't want to wait for the music or whatever, I can easily put it to members only. That's fine with me. Alright guys, so we're gonna go back to the game here, and we just got to the end. I've got all my equipment ready. And we're gonna go to the final boss. So. I'll probably take it off of this mode in a little bit, but I just, just have it on for now. Okay guys, so we're at the final boss, and we're gonna be, this is the Beauty Castle. There. Okay, there we go. It's fine. It's fine. Again, thank you, Mandracos, for the help. And, yeah, if you guys are just coming in, I do apologize that I was wandering around trying to figure out where to go in this game. But in my defense, it's been a while since I've done it, and I just didn't know where I was in the game. So, apologies for that to anyone that was put out by that or something. Alright guys, we're gonna go to Beauty Castle, and we are I'll probably cut out like a lot of me wandering around trying to figure out where I was going. But just so you guys know, like well, you know what, I'm not really gonna go into it. I feel like every time people from the internet come on my streams and complain about things, I feel like it's literally a like, if I respond back to them in kind, like the same way they're talking to me, then I'm the one who looks bad. So I really don't want to, I don't want to ruin Mandraco's stream by responding to people like that. So, I don't feel like I deserve to be spoken to like that. I don't know the people coming onto the stream. And I have worked very hard to, on a gaming channel for a long time, and I just don't feel like I deserve that. So, but you know what? It's not about me, it's Mandraco's stream, so, it really has nothing to do with me, so I'm not gonna respond to that kind of stuff. Alright guys, so we're going to Beauty Castle. Okay, we're at the final boss. Literally, I had this all set up for myself that I would literally, be ready to go, but I just didn't remember what where I was supposed to go at the end. All I had to do was, it's actually much simpler than I thought. Literally, all I had to do was, do that last, basically, all I had to do was do that last thing where I just had to go up to the altar. That's literally all I had to do to get to the final boss. So, like, yes, there were some characters I didn't grab in the forest, but I was able to show that, so that was really cool. But, yeah, I didn't need to do that. We were at the end anyway. Oh, yeah, the night mech? Yeah, Duke. Yeah, so I forgot. I put the, most leveled up characters in my party, guys. So, yeah. So this is Duke, the night mech. Yep, exactly. Definitely. Thanks, Blue Cat. And thanks, honestly, I'm just thankful for everyone watching, and, apologies if you guys had to wait for a while, but, like, I don't really want to apologize a lot to people, because, like, I end up doing that a lot to people online, and honestly, to be completely honest, people do come in and out of streams a lot. Like, for those of you guys who were here for the whole 2 hours, sorry for the wait. But for people literally coming in 1 second ago, I don't think you guys had to wait too long. It was literally 1 second, so. Alright then. Alright. But yeah, if it's ever a really long wait time, like, you guys can always just watch it tomorrow. That's perfectly fine too. Alright, so I'm going to use Cornet's horn power here. I don't really know if I should use my magic right now or save it for the boss. Maybe save it for the boss. Oh, actually, I forgot to, I forgot to use, like, an MP candy on my characters. Basically, all I did was I didn't really understand, like, it took me a while to figure out how, basically, it was taking me a while to figure out, like, how many of, the different items I had. I didn't really see the number there. So what I did was I sold a lot of my extra, like, very low-level armor that I didn't need, because I only have 4 people in my party. And then I was able to buy another Dragon's Claw. So everybody has a Dragon's Claw, which is an offensive 20. So, yeah. So I'm actually going to use, a Medi Candy. It says I have 4,000 to... Okay, I'm going to use a Medi... Swords. I'm going to use... Alright, I think I can use this after the battle, so I'm just gonna get this guy first. Alright, I really don't know why I would need all the... Okay, so I'm actually gonna use, Yep, I appreciate you guys staying here and waiting it out. I do appreciate it a lot. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're gonna use this, Alright, there we go. Now we're all healed up. Honestly, I'm just gonna save it here, like... Honestly, I'm probably gonna do the subscriber mode more because I just, like, with how difficult the channel has been, it's just very hard for me to have to keep explaining to new people, like, the fact that the channel is shadow banned. I just don't feel like it. So, you know, if I just put it on subscriber mode, then I don't have to deal with that stress anymore, honestly. They can figure it out slowly as they watch the channel that it's shadow banned. I don't need to explain it to people every 40 seconds, every single day. And honestly, like, a lot of, like, things that we get on the, like, people saying, like, hey, you guys are talking about... I find it hilarious that, like, I'm having a great time streaming, or I'm having a nice time streaming and hanging out with either just myself or my audience or with Luke, and then people ask a question, why is your channel not doing well? Why are you guys not getting enough views? Why is it not, why can no one see the video? Then we try to explain, and then people go, why are you guys being so down about things? It's like, I'm literally taking the time to interrupt the joy of what I was having fun with to answer a difficult question I didn't want to answer so that you would feel better, and now you're complaining to me saying that I'm down when literally I took time from my joyful stream, which I was having fun with. I didn't want to answer your question, but I took time to answer it, and now you're complaining after I answered it. So I think I'm just gonna put it on subscriber mode, like a lot, in the future, because I think that just eliminates the whole problem. Alright guys, so, alright, so honestly, I'm just gonna try to, I don't really actually know how we're gonna get through here. So we're just gonna, honestly, maybe we'll actually level up as we're going through, so. Okay. Alright, so if you guys do not know the story of this game, like, this girl, Cornette, she basically has, like, a puppet that she was given when she was... Now, this is me remembering the story. I could totally just go to the internet and try to get the exact story. From what I can remember, like, she basically is given this puppet, and then we find out, like, later on that, like, basically the puppet, the reason why the puppet's so important and the puppet saves her life and stuff several times is her mom basically gave her life for Cornette. She stood up for Cornette when Cornette was going to be killed, and I believe she prayed or something, and her soul went into the puppet. So there were a few times where Cornette was literally, her life was saved because the puppet was there. And so yeah, so it's kind of interesting. Also, then her mom was able to like basically be with her on her journey, and puppets in this world talk. So that was, and they can fight. Like some of the characters in my party are actual puppets right now. So yeah, yeah. Oh wow. So let's see what this mech. Oh wow. So I don't have. He has to be right there. So this mech guy has to be right next to people. All right. So. Whoops. Yeah, like, I don't know why, but like earlier in a stream, I had to delete some comments from somebody because they kept spamming the same comments saying how they don't like our format of streaming. We don't really like, even our ultimate members and stuff like that. I'm sure they would prefer just uploaded videos. Also, our ultimate members, even though the channel's in a difficult spot, they still help the channel by sponsoring the streams and helping to keep the channel on the air, even though everything is very difficult. And honestly, that's what loyalty and kindness is, that you help someone even though they're in a difficult place. But, you know, like, I had to erase several comments earlier on another stream where somebody kept trying to, and I thank God I was able to erase that. Well, actually, no. I did, and then another mod came in and helped erase some too, because this person kept trying to throw Luke off. He was having a great stream, and they kept trying to bring Luke down by saying they didn't like how the channel is. Well, of course, I don't like that the channel isn't getting a lot of views either, but please don't, I'm thankful that that moderator said please don't say it in the stream. So yeah, it's frustrating because it's like, yeah, like, I just, it's, but honestly, honestly, I'm really glad I get to, like, I think it's good to look on the bright side of things. Like, if, we're able to do a lot of streams for Ultimate members that I would have never been able, I would have never played this game if the channel was never Shadowman, and this game is great. I'm really enjoying it, and there's a lot of things I would have never done. I did a lot of I've done a lot of games with people online, done a lot of playing with people online with different multiplayer games, and I've also pushed myself to play a lot more things with people and basically be, because a lot of times I'm just commenting or playing the second player, and I've been able to do a lot more streams on my own because of the fact that we have to push ourselves a lot harder. So in a way, there are good things. Every time you go through something that's difficult, there are good things that come out of it, even if you don't see it at the time. So, I am very thankful, like, for our ultimates and also people who are still here watching the channel, and our members and everything, and our moderators still helping us, even though things are very difficult, and I appreciate it. And honestly, I was just answering a question, like, somebody, and I'm thankful for people still being kind and just sticking with the channel even though things are difficult. Like, there's I just had to answer a question earlier. Like, somebody said, like, a regular subscriber said that they just, I don't know, they wrote a nice comment on some of our shorts and then they were harassed by people online. So I completely understand that it's difficult to stay loyal to a channel when things are difficult, but I do appreciate each and every one of you guys still sticking with us, even though the world seems to be against us. I don't know why. But thanks for sticking with us anyway, guys. I appreciate it. And thanks again, Mandragos, for sponsoring. And I hope you're having a nice day wherever you are. Thank you. God bless you, Mandragos. And thank you very much. Okay, guys. So I'm just kind of wandering around this castle. Hopefully we'll find... Honestly, I kind of like... I could watch a guide on how to get through here, but I feel like I've done too much of that today. Just trying to go back and figure out all the things I was supposed to do, and then finding out that I already did all those things. So I'm just gonna keep going with what I'm doing. Literally, I think this is kind of like a maze where you keep kind of like, I don't know if this is like the Lost Woods or something, but okay, I don't know why I can't use my reward, but oh my gosh, you guys. So basically, like, what I've been doing today is, like, I've just, honestly, I'm just, I don't know why, but I forgot about it, but, like, I just discovered that there's, like, chocolate peanut butter. I completely forgot about that. And Luke and I had, like, chocolate peanut butter and jam sandwiches today, and oh my gosh, they were so good. So I really, I don't know, I forgot about that because I used to really like Nutella and stuff, but I can't really have a lot of Nutella. If you guys don't know what it is, it's like a hazelnut spread with sugar. It's like sugary hazelnut spread. It really doesn't have sugar in it, it just has a little bit of sweetener. But compared to like something like peanut butter, which might not have very much sugar at all, it's you know, it has, you know, a lot more oh, what the, oh, I powered myself up. Okay, so this character, so yeah, so I really like the Jif brand chocolate peanut butter. It's so good. Alright, so I'm basically Cornette's basically using her horn to encourage people here. Like, and I am gonna try to tread lightly on things, cause like, you know, like, like I had, like a while ago I had surgery, and I can't remember, it was a couple of years ago, and ever since I had surgery, like, I did not come out of the surgery the same person. Like, I had some, you know, at least one organ taken out of me, and I definitely am a lot more tired, and it's harder for me to do everything. I fall asleep a lot faster. You know, like, my emotions can go from 0 to 1,000 very quickly. So yeah, I just, you know, I will, you know, like, I think me working at the, you know, I work in the morning at a restaurant, and, you know, like, I think, like, me working there gives me a good perspective on, like, life in general, because, you know, at that restaurant, even if somebody orders something that's only $1 and they make a huge problem, like, come in and get really angry, like we have to do everything we can, even though the person only, you know, got $1 item. We have to do everything we can to make them happy, even though, you know, because they can write a really bad review. And, you know, I really try to think of my channel like that, and think like, well, this person is, you know, never seen my channel before and coming by, and, criticizing me a lot and being pretty mean. But the problem with that is, like, a lot of these people that come by and criticize me, they're not even spending $1 on the channel. They're not spending any money. Like, it's zero is the amount that they're buying from my store. So that's, if a person came into a restaurant that I was doing and they didn't even buy a cup of water and started criticizing me, just walked in the restaurant and started criticizing me, that's literally how I feel when people randomly off the internet randomly start criticizing me and they haven't even spent $1 on helping the business or anything. So, or they haven't even shared videos on forum sites or anything to help the channel at all, but they're coming in randomly to criticize me. That really does, like, any normal business would not put up with that. So, like, I don't, I could understand if they did like $1 super chat and then criticize me, but it definitely, it's like the lowest of low for someone randomly off the internet to come by to a channel that's already struggling and then say really mean stuff in the chat. So, that's where I'm coming from. If you guys ever see that, because, like, literally, you guys would not put up with that. Like, if you owned a restaurant and people who were a customer, like, I've actually worked at places where, like, I worked at an insurance agency where people would come in to the insurance agency, and I work restaurants where the same thing has happened. Restaurants, insurance agencies, and other stores where a person comes in off the street and starts harassing the employees, and that person is thrown out of the restaurant. So, because they've put zero effort into doing anything towards, contributing to that business at all, and then they start criticizing, like, for no reason. Just very entitled and acting like they can just be really rude for no reason. So, that's where I'm coming from, like, so, but, like, that's just how it is. Like, that's just kind of normal for businesses to do that. Alright, so I'm gonna try to, I guess I'm gonna move my, like, we're not in the old school days of YouTube anymore, where, like, YouTube used to be, like, a place in which, like, that's the very strange thing. Like, if you are just starting a channel, like, on YouTube, and you have, that's the thing about YouTube is, like, the reason why it's so difficult to get shadow banned is that, like, if you start a channel, like, a lot of people don't realize this, but, like, if you, like, a lot of you guys have YouTube channels where you put your gameplay on, but if you actually start streaming, like, if you do it once in a while and it's just very casual, usually you're not going to be bothered by people on the internet. But as you start growing, like, if you started posting videos every day, and each video you did got a few more views and you were gaining a following, then people would start expecting certain things. And when your audience expects certain things, they definitely start to criticize you more and start to expect more from you and start to write more and more rude comments, because as you pick up followers, like, 30% of your followers are going to be really kind and supportive, and then as you pick up more and more, 70% of them are not going to be kind and supportive. They're just going to be people that are just there for whatever game you're playing, or just there for your expertise, or just there for their entertainment. They don't really care about you. They just want to be entertained. So you're going to get harsher and harsher comments. And the problem with being shadow banned is when you're shadow banned, you're dropped back to square zero. Like, you already had to endure all that for several years to get to the point where you finally started making money on your channel, and then you get shadow banned. You're literally dropped back to square one, where people start acting like that again. So it definitely can be frustrating. Alright, so I'm gonna use my attack. Let's see. So I guess this knight, he can like, basically like a Pokemon, he can like charge up, or like a Saiyan or something. So yeah, I don't have the patience for it, you know, I just don't have the patience. Because it's like, I already had to go through all that years ago, and I can't go through that again. Like, you know, there's no reason, because once you've gone through that one time, you just cannot, you can go through it again, but it's just, alright, so I'm gonna, okay, good, so we got this. Alright, looks like we're getting further in the castle now. Oh, it's toothless. Yeah, it's interesting, like, if you grow normally on YouTube, then you will have a phase in your channel where you will get a lot of criticism, because people just basically, they see you branching, like, they have their own channels usually, and they put their gameplay videos, and they see you pushing to grow, and then they get very, you know, people get frustrated because they don't, it's like people don't want to deal with a channel growing, because then they have to come to terms with that these people are gonna, you know, I don't know, it's like, it's a lot of, like, if your channel starts growing, you'll definitely start getting, like, people with the jealousy factor, since, you know, like, it's, you know, it's a kind of a simple thing to put gameplay videos on YouTube. It's not simple to get good gameplay videos or good commentary videos, but, or fun, entertaining ones, but a lot of people put gameplay on YouTube. A lot of it isn't, like, a lot of our subscribers are their gameplay is really good compared to most people on the internet. So, but if your channel starts growing, then as soon as it starts growing a little, you'll get a huge backlash of you know, like, critical comments. And, but if you are like a lot of YouTubers bypass that, by literally they bypass it because they basically all they do is they cheat. You know, like a lot of YouTubers, they'll cheat to get their subscribers, so they don't actually ever have to go through that harsh phase of um, you know, like all the criticism. Because they faked their views early on. And Luke and I didn't do that, so we had to actually endure a lot of that criticism, which was a lot, is pretty frustrating and difficult. So that's kind of for me, like, it's very, after having built an audience of like, you know, several 100,000, I don't want to go through that again. It's very hard to do that. I don't want to deal with that again. So for me, you know, it's just not worth it for me. Like, I mentally cannot take dealing with, like, you know, thousands of mean comments a day. Like, I don't want to deal with that. So for me, I know, like, hey, our audience exists. They can't find our videos. They'll come by when they want to, but the audience is already there. I don't need to, like, build an audience. It's already there. So for me, like, that's kind of why I put subscriber mode on. It's like, I don't want to deal with this again. You know, I'm in no, you know, I'm not trying to, like, you know, like, I don't have to endure that again. Like, I'm not going to go through that again. I don't have to deal with that. So that's why I put subscriber mode on. If I was growing my channel and it was just, you know, say 200 subscribers or 1,000 subscribers, and I was trying to grow it to like 1,020 or whatever, I would probably endure all of that. But I can't go through that again. It was very hard. It's very mentally draining, and I want to go through that again. Oh, okay, great. We gotta power up. Okay. I'm gonna have Shartae heal herself. Alright, let's go, Duke. Alright, we're someplace new. I'm gonna save this. But yeah, I mean, like, I wasn't talking about that just for myself, but also, like, some of you guys and gals, like, in the chat, you have very good gameplay of your videos, and, like, if you guys ever decide to try to grow on YouTube, like, yes, it can be done, but just get ready for, like, a lot. I mean, maybe it won't be as bad, because some of you guys have really, really good gameplay, so maybe it wouldn't be as bad as what we had to go through. But us as a channel where we just were kind of casually playing stuff for fun, we definitely endured a lot of very harsh criticism, like especially at the beginning was very difficult. Alright, so we just came from here. Oh wow, I could have gotten a dragon's claw right there. I already have a dragon's claw on every single one of my characters though. So, I don't know. So we got Shartay's turn is over. Elkun. So I'm trying to save my really good magic for the boss. Alright, so I thought that was the boss, but it was not. Literally. Might have to use a warp thing to go to the beginning of the castle. Time speeding up. Yes, I feel time is speeding up. I think time is speeding up. I'm told I'm not supposed to talk about. I feel the world is very different. Since 2012, I think something really weird happened in the world that changed things. Like, a lot of people were... I mean, I won't really go into it a lot, but I definitely feel something has changed in the world. Either we went into a different dimension, or the world is becoming more evil increasingly since 2012. Definitely, something has happened. I've definitely noticed, like, some stuff, but I really don't want, I shouldn't get into it on Mandrago's stream too much, but definitely do feel some major changes, some things, but I can't really even talk about, like, you know, like, well, I mean, like the good book says the world will grow cold. That's definitely happening, where people aren't the same, but there's a lot of other strange things besides that. But you can't even talk about it with people because they, if you sense something weird, they don't want to talk about it, and then nobody talks about it, and then people just keep living their lives, which honestly is the best thing you can do, is just pray about it. There's really nothing you can quite do about it, because there's no point in worrying about it, because there's nothing we can really do. But I mean, a lot of like what is going on right now on the news, like a lot of stuff that's coming out about bad people, was only considered a conspiracy theory by people for years, and now it's coming out that that was true. So it just shows that, I definitely feel the world is fast, because I actually, especially in 2016 to 2018, I felt it was speeding up. And I was looking that up all over the internet, trying to figure out if anyone else was feeling it was speeding up. I do feel, I actually did an experiment once where I was counting, because I was taught to, I remember counting in the 90s, like they taught me in grade school to count, and they would teach us how to actually tell time without a clock. And I swear to you, if I count right now, my count will be slower than the actual time. Because we counted, I remember clearly, like 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000. That's a second, and I guarantee you, within those 4 seconds I just counted, in 2016, it probably would have been 6 seconds, and I think now it's probably 8 seconds. I do think there's less time in the day, for whatever reason. I don't know, that's just my personal opinion, but yeah, I definitely think there's something wrong, but I don't know. I don't know what to say. There's something wrong, because the seconds are going faster. I don't know what to say. It's just my personal opinion, but I do think it's just something weird. know what to say. I mean, the best thing you can do is just pray about it. Honestly, I think, I think a lot of things in life, like, there's things that you just can't talk about. Like, if I can't talk about it because it's a gaming channel, even if I had my own, quote, channel where I talked about truther stuff and how I felt time was speeding up, my channel would probably be taken down, and I also wouldn't really I couldn't do a channel like that anyways, because people would just find me and laugh at me or think that I was crazy, so I couldn't really do that anyways. I'd lose respect in my family talking about stuff like that. And also, if I tried to talk about it with like trusted friends or something, everyone would think I was crazy. But honestly, like, the only thing I can liken what's happening in the world is like, my grandfather was a missionary in China for a long time, and he was one of the only Christians in China at the time, because all of the other Westerners were kicked out, and he was in there from like he was in there his whole life, so the 50s to the 80s to the 90s, 2000. Actually, no, my grandfather died in high school, and when I was in high school, so but he so probably through the late 90s. I don't remember if my grandfather was alive 2000s, but he had to personally just deal with a lot of things where he couldn't tell anybody, he couldn't discuss certain things that were happening with anyone. He had to just pray about it and deal with it inside of his own thoughts, and just deal with it, what was happening in China at the time. So like, sometimes that's what we have to go through. Like, I think it's good to write it down, like write our thoughts down and write it down in a diary, and but I appreciate you asking me, Alpha, and I definitely, I don't really go out of my way anymore to like look up things. I didn't really look things. The thing is, I never actually tried to look things up online about things like that. I felt that there was something wrong, and I tried to look up online to see if anyone felt the same way I did. That's how I ended up, finding people talking about things like that. What kind of got me into looking strange things up on the internet was that I had to deal with some very evil people that were acting not normally, and so that was difficult for me, and so that's how I ended up looking up things that didn't fit inside of the box of normalcy. And I think, like, once you experience something where someone acts really strangely with you, or doesn't treat you normally, or is trying to hurt you, like in a psychological way or something, you definitely don't look at the world the same anymore. You don't look at humans as safe. You don't look at people as safe anymore. You don't really assume people are normal anymore. So, yeah, it definitely makes you start to question. I think that's when I started to question everything, because you grow up, you believe that everyone is generally nice, everyone is generally kind, people generally are looking out for each other, and then you meet somebody who is so unbelievably cruel to you that you cannot really believe that anymore. So I think for me that really shattered my belief system. Like, I can't even talk about some of the things that people have done to me. Like, I couldn't even talk about it. Like, ever. I can't even tell anyone. Like, I could not tell my parents. I could not tell. I've tried to tell my husband and, about some family and stuff like that, but he won't. He will listen to me, but it's hard for him. When you, like, if somebody does something really horrible to you, even like when I grew up on a difficult street, like, Like I grew up. Let's see. Basically, there was a lot of. Basically, there was people from that were criminals from Chicago that lived in my town, right across the street from me, and there was a tremendous amount of crime on my street, and there because of that, there was a lot of kids that I knew growing up that grew up with a lot of crime, and they had very weird stories to talk about. The way that they were raised, the way that their parents didn't care about them, that just some really strange stuff. That and when they would talk to me about this stuff at the bus stop when I was younger, and me hearing them talk about it actually affected me negatively. Like, they talked about trauma they went through, and it actually affected me by hearing it. So that's why sometimes when I go through really dark things or whatever, I just don't tell anyone, because I know if I tell people, it'll actually affect them negatively. Alright, guys, I'm gonna be right back because I have to take my cat downstairs, so 1 second.
Choose you again. Old couch, same screen, glowing in the dark of our little home. You laugh, press start. I still can't believe I'm not alone. Ring on my hand, controller in yours. We lock and sync side by side. Every hit pulls us in deep. When enemies surround us, when the night feels long, we raise our eyes above the game. That's where we're strong. This is our crew up for life, hand in hand, hearts on fire. Through every battle, every fight, we lift our voices higher. When the hellfire's running low, we won't fall, we won't let go. Love, gaming, faith all intertwined. You and I, curled up for life. You miss your shot, I tease you soft, then pull you close. We pause the war, say a prayer that heaven knows. Your faith like armor covers all my fear and doubt. You sing that old hymn, and the monsters just fade out. When the screen is shaken, when the world hits hard, we stand up more than what we see. Guarded heart. If this level breaks us down, grace will lift us from the ground. We resurrect, we rise again. Start together, not the end. In every pit, starlight, see light. In every trial, we choose what's right. Side by side until we see the final victory.
It's definitely, yeah. Hi guys, I'm sorry, I'm back. Yeah, it's definitely like, I do feel like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. Like, I don't know if Mandrakos will be upset with me because it is his ultimate stream. Because I don't really want to get in trouble. But I do think that there was a device that was made, like a scientific device. Like, they've even talked about it, like, online, like a huge device that they actually created, a scientific device, if you guys know what I'm talking about, that they actually said out loud they were making to alter time, space, reality. And so I think, like, when people like say like stuff like that, like, oh, I'm making this device to alter time, space, and reality, I think that people should pay attention to that and listen to what they're saying, because I do feel that ever since that device was started up and started going, I think that reality has been changing. That's my personal opinion. Obviously, my husband doesn't agree with me. Probably Mandrakos doesn't agree with me. Probably most people don't agree with me. So I do apologize for talking about it, but just answering the question, I do think that there's something wrong personally, but that my view doesn't reflect the views of my channel or anyone that I know. It's just my personal opinion. That I don't really know what that device did, but I do feel that there's something wrong with it. Like splitting atoms, trying to find the... trying to alter time and space, trying to split atoms, stuff like this. I think it can be something really weird can happen with that. But yeah, I noticed, like, you guys someone was saying in the chat, I don't want to say names because, like, I don't want to, like, embarrass people or whatever. But yeah, like, people are feeling sadder, the world is growing colder. Hello, yeah, I agree with that ultimate form. And a strange thing is, like, I can just tell you guys, like, for instance, like, I can answer, you know what, I will answer your question. I think I'm getting into territory where I'm gonna get really in trouble if I keep talking about it. But I will answer your question that you had last time, that somebody asked a while ago who is changing the timeline, and I said that I knew who it was and my husband wouldn't allow me to say the answer. Well, I do know who's changing the timeline. If you actually go to... I've been researching it for quite a while. I do believe I know who's changing the timeline. Yes, there's all these conspiracy theories about time travelers, that the government has sent children back in time and all this stuff, which may or may not be true. I think that's beside the point. I don't think that, you know, whether those people are able to create a ripple in time or not, I don't think is the actual real meat and potatoes of the issue that we're experiencing, which is that there's something really, it's not something minorly wrong with time, it's something extremely wrong with it. So maybe the government could change time a tiny bit, but the problem we're facing, like, that we've seen, is that it's not being changed a tiny bit. There's something really wrong. So who could actually change it a lot? Well, the science fiction writer Philip E. Dick, who's actually, in some timelines, his name is Philip K. Dick, so even his name is not always the same. Just like there's the Berenstein Bears and there's the Berenstein Bears, there is Pikachu with a black mark on the end of his tail. There is Pikachu without that mark. There is the Monopoly Man, who everyone knows has a monocle, but of course we can see that he clearly doesn't have a monocle. So basically, what I really believe, that Philip E. Dick had a conference. You can find it online. You can watch it. I viewed it myself. He went out on a limb, and most people thought he was crazy. He even wrote some of his greatest stories. He's one of the greatest science fiction writers of, like, the 80s. and a lot of our movies of the 80s and 90s and like stuff come from him. And he definitely believed in a creator of the universe. And he said in his conference, you can find it, it was like in the, I don't know, 70s or 80s or something. But a lot of our movies from the 80s came from him. Total Recall, The Minority Report, like tons and tons of the Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. I believe he wrote. There was a lot of. I don't know if he wrote Blade Runner. All of the great science fiction stories that you know were written by him. He was a great writer. The Man in the High Castle. So he said in his thing that he wanted to talk about something that had been bothering him, and most people didn't have any idea what he was saying. But I feel that what he was saying was very similar to what you see in the story of Kingdom Hearts. And I think that it's something that has been referenced throughout decades, throughout centuries. Is he talked about the clockmaker? He believed in a clockmaker. Clockmaker basically symbolizes God. So like deists, people that are deists, people that believe that God just made the universe and then just let it go on its own. Many times they say that God is like a clockmaker, meaning that he made an intricate clock in which all these working gears are set in motion. Gravity, the tides of the moon, human nature, a mother's ability to love a child, the cycles of life, every single part of science, of sociology, of mathematics, of science, of religion, every part of our fabric of reality that God created, that was set in motion, that literally keeps the world spinning. How a seed grows into a plant, everything, the sunlight, the rain, everything. That's like a huge clock. Many people refer to God as a clockmaker, so it's kind of interesting that Philip E. Dick did mention that he believed in a clockmaker, and he did state that he did feel that the timeline was changing, and he actually stated in his conference, and that was in the 80s, and you can actually hear there are some people, like, this is not the first time that people have thought the timeline is changing. There's people from World War II that remember certain battles differently than how they were written down in history, because in fact they did experience those battles different than what history says happened, because there may or may not have been two different versions of those. So basically what he said is that he believed there is a giant chess game. It's kind of interesting that you see this in Kingdom Hearts, whereas there's a chess game between the person who has the goat head and the the other person. I don't really know that much about Kingdom Hearts, but my personal belief, and I think that after listening to Philip E. Dick, I think that he is 1,000,000 times correct. I think that he has got it. And I think that most people believe that the timeline is being changed by nefarious forces, but I do not actually believe that. I agree with the science fiction writer. I think that God is the one changing the timeline. The clockmaker, he believes that, he says every time the adversary, as he calls him, makes a move to destroy the world or to hurt people, the clockmaker makes a counter move. So God would make a counter move, and like if God and the evil one are playing chess, like you can see in Kingdom Hearts, they're playing chess there over the world, over reality. Then every time the adversary makes a move, and this is my personal opinion, like this doesn't reflect anything about any beliefs of any, like my husband or anyone on the channel, In fact, I would say, I may have to just cut this out later because most people aren't going to agree with me, but I really believe I'm 100% right on this. And honestly, the science fiction writer even said that most of the books that he wrote, he did not even believe that they were stories he made up. They were actually dreams and visions that he saw of other timelines that he actually wrote down and different realities. So a lot of his science fiction work, because his stories are so good, and that comes back to people believing that when you have a very impactful dream, a very vivid dream, many people believe that you actually did slip into another version of reality in which that dream actually happened in a different timeline. So for me, I do believe that God, this is my personal opinion, and you guys can definitely disagree with me if you want, but I do believe that God has created every timeline that ever existed and will ever exist. And I do believe that God does that because every time there's a problem, like say the devil has boxed you into the point where you have no money, no job, no future, your family is against you, there's no money for rent, nothing, because the evil one has made all these chess moves against you and made it almost impossible for you to live your life, and made everyone around you attack you and hurt you. Well, God owns the chessboard. God can create more pieces on the chessboard that weren't even there to begin with, and God can make other pieces disappear. So the evil one thinks that he is in control of the chessboard, like, look at me, I made a great move, now you're boxed in. Well, God can create more chess pieces that weren't there to begin with. He made the board. He only allows the adversary to even play chess at all because it's God's board. So I'll give you guys a really interesting example. I do believe that prayer changed. Like when you pray very fervently, I believe, and when you believe with your heart, like it says in Matthew, that if you believe with your whole heart that that God has heard your prayer, and that that God that He will answer you, then what you ask will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open to you. For everyone who. So I do, and it goes on. I could quote the whole thing, but I do. I can give you an interesting example of this. Actually, several examples. I mean, I could give you many examples in which I prayed a lot, and reality has changed in front of me. And I know that before I prayed, that reality was different. So I think that is God's counter move many times, is to change reality. Like say the evil one has made all of your family members hate you, all of your coworkers despise you because you're Christian, and try to turn people against you, so you have no money, no job, nothing, and you're boxed in. Like that's the adversary boxing you into your life, because the good book says that in this world you will have trouble, but behold, I have to overcome the world, is what Jesus says. So you're boxed in. So God can actually create, like if you pray and you believe with all your heart, and God decides to answer your prayer, God could actually create. Like when you wake up in the morning, God could create a complete opportunity for you, like a new business could just randomly pop up that was not even going to pop up before, and it will pop up just down the street, and they need a person that just fits your personality, has your exact skill set, and they really like you. The boss fits your personality. They really enjoy working with you, and that person, that business, nothing ever existed before. And then you really needed a job, and that job just appeared out of nowhere. And I think that God illustrates that in the fact that He was able to have manna literally fall from the sky. And I think that can happen. I do believe that happens all the time today. I think that people just forget that God is that powerful. Because there's been several instances of that kind of thing happening in my life personally. One of the biggest examples of this that has ever happened is for months and years we were hounded by we were overcharged, we were taxed as a corporation for our business and overtaxed, and literally to the point where we were going to go homeless and just literally crying every night, just working ourselves to death. No family member would understand us. They didn't seem to care. There was just no hope. We were working ourselves so hard to the bone. No money, no food, nothing. Just at the point of worrying about going to jail for taxes and all this stuff. Just so much money that we supposedly owed, but we didn't really owe that. Like, they made the mistake. Even our accountant said it was their mistake. So they're expecting all this money, and it's impossible. We can't pay it back. It's absolutely impossible. So I remember putting a ton of prayer requests on this prayer website and just praying all night about this, and just I could not take it anymore. And my husband was praying, and there was all these hundreds of people praying on this prayer website. Well, the next day, I got up after praying the entire night and putting all these requests on this prayer website. The next day I got up, and I just had this strange feeling, like when I opened the door to my house, I felt like the air was different. Everything was strange. The world was different. Everything had changed. In fact, I remember there was some things in reality that were different. Like the weather had changed. The air had changed. Just the feeling of everything had changed. So it really felt like I had moved to a new dimension. And then I don't remember if they called or if Luke called, but it was the night before Luke was supposed to call the government to negotiate this new thing for how much money we had to pay them. And they were going to charge us thousands of dollars a month that we didn't even have. We would have gone homeless. And Luke called, and he had talked to the same people every day for months on end. Every single day they had screamed and yelled at us, threatened us with jail, all this stuff. It was horrifying. And the next day, after praying all night, in the morning, Luke called, and he spoke to somebody who he had spoken to everyone at that department for months. There has never been any other employees at that apartment. But in the morning, that after putting all this stuff on the prayer chain, he called, and there was somebody completely new and apparently they had been working there for years, but we had never spoken to them, and we had already spoken to everyone at the IRS collection thing, because there's a specific number. If you owe over a certain amount of money, they take you to a special department, and there's only a few people in that department, and most of them are really cruel. And this person was very kind, and they moved our amount that we owed down to only $600 a month. And they were kind to us, and they didn't scream at us on the phone. And it was a godsend, because if we had to pay thousands a month, we couldn't afford our rent, and we would have been homeless, and it would have been terrible. So yeah, so that happened, but I distinctly remember opening the door in the morning after praying all night, and the air was different. And that's what I honestly believe is happening with. I think that evil is ramping up. I think that's what's going on with the Mandela effect. I think that evil is ramping up. It is speeding up time. It is ramping up its evil devices. It's causing more and more suffering, pain, hurt, cruelty, deception, everything. And the more that the adversary moves his chess pieces, the more that the clockmaker has to counter move and change reality, so that people are not. It says even in the, like if you read Revelation, it talks about that the days will be cut short for that time, because of for the saints. So basically, God is looking out for the people that belong to Him, especially the people that call on God's name. He's looking out for them, and God does hear you. And even though the world is going to go through a lot of bad things, but God is going to look out for you. And if you get on your knees and pray and ask for help, then some of the things that are happening to you with your work and your job and life that seem impossible and are backing you into a corner and are too much for you to take, God can provide relief for that, because He can actually change reality around you. So that's what I honestly believe. I don't know why I went into that. Sorry. Alright guys, I'll probably cut this part out. I'm gonna try to get to the boss now. Honestly, I'm looking at a guide here. I'm trying to look at a guide here. So, but I do think most of the time I can't really talk about stuff like that, because, even today, and I think that most, like, if you go to even a normal church or something, they're not gonna believe that. In fact, if I would say that at my church, I'd probably be kicked out of my church. If I would say that in my family, I would probably be kicked out of my family. So, I am very aware. If I said that in front of my husband, he would ask me to stop talking about that. So, I apologize if I was offensive to anyone, but that's just my personal opinion of what I believe is happening. And I'll just cut it out of the video after this. But I do think that is what is going on, is because, remember, the devil doesn't own the chessboard, and he can't make any chess pieces. And it says in the Bible that that God only, that even with Job, where Job was mercilessly tortured, that even at the end of Job says that God says in the end, I don't remember the exact quote, but Job is blaming the devil, and God is saying, no, I'm the one who creates destruction, and I create goodness, and I create destruction. God is saying to Job at the end of that he is the one in charge of everything. Like, the devil isn't in charge of anything. Like, God just allows the devil to, the devil only thinks he's in charge. He's delusional. He believes he's in charge, but he is delusional because he doesn't understand that God owns the entire chessboard. And he's made all the chess pieces that the devil's playing with. And he can take away any of those chess pieces at any time. So God is completely in control of everything. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to try to look at this. So I'm literally okay, guys. I'm just gonna warp back to the beginning again. So I think I can just get through it. We're gonna get through here. So I'm just gonna use the map and we're gonna go straight for it. So first we're gonna go up here. Alright, so we're gonna go up. Oh yeah, I mean I really honestly believe that like even my dad heard about this. Like there was a whole scandal in which the IRS was purposely going after Christians. And I do believe that that is why Luke and I were attacked. The amount of money that we were told we owe the US government is more money than we have ever made. And we are still going to be paying that back till we're 101. And we were also donating, 10% of our income to Christian, charities. And one of the, I didn't talk about it at the time, but one of the Christian charities was a Christian Lawyers Association, which fought for the rights of Christians throughout the world and prevented Christians from getting killed for their beliefs, and also fought against the US government when the US government tried to fire Christians from their jobs. And this organization, the US government doesn't like, and I think because we were donating to that organization, which is a charity, nonprofit, I think that that is one of the reasons why we were targeted by the IRS, and I think that's one of the reasons why we owe so much money to them. I think that they illegally targeted us because of that. That's honestly what I honestly believe. Alright, so we're up here. We're gonna go left. But I can't prove that, but that's what I honestly do believe. And my dad said he did hear a news story that Christians were being targeted, and that thousands of them were targeted, and that was the same year that Luke and I were given a letter by the IRS. Was that year. So I do believe that is what I do believe that is what happened to us personally. And I don't think that we did anything wrong. I think that we were illegally forced to pay money we didn't owe. But there's no way I can prove that, but that's honestly what I believe. So I am following a map now. It's like, yeah, that was. mm. Oh yeah, there's a film called The Clockmaker. Oh wow, interesting, Mr. Zach. Oh, the IRS, they yeah, they have a problem with a lot of people. I do remember having a lot more time because some people believe that time speeds up the older you get. In fact, there's some kind of scientific thing where people believe that time has to do with. There's like a scientific. You can look it up online where there's some people that have like a scientific theory that the larger an object is, the slower it moves in time. So, or the faster time moves around it. So when you're a little kid, time is actually going to move slower, seems slower to you because it actually physically is slower. Like there's some videos about that. That's why for like a fly, for instance, time is extremely. Some people believe that flies are like they're actually moving through time at like warp speed. That time is actually like slowing down for flies. Like, okay, so I'm here. Okay, so I'm here. Yeah, but you're right. I mean, it's good to look for like things like that. Like if you're looking for, I mean, that's a reference to, like, a lot of people don't know that, but like throughout these centuries, the word clockmaker is actually a reference to God, the person that put every moving part of the universe into place. A lot of people refer to God as the clockmaker. So if you ever hear like someone talk about that, like in a movie, like or a show or something, it may be a reference to God. It may be like a code word. You know. Welcome, little girl. I'm surprised that you've made it this far. No one in Marl's kingdom would dare challenge me in my own castle. Hand over the prince or else. I don't think so, peasant girl. If you want him back, you must defeat me. The winner gets to keep the prince. I've got 3-to-1 odds on Cornet. So who wants to place some bets? Alright. Who wants to place some bets? Ah, whose side are you on anyway? Come on, little girl. I'll show you what I'm made of. Behold the power of Marjorie! Alright, here we go, guys. Boss fight time. Yep, final boss time. That's right, Blues Cat. Oh no, Shartay! Oh wow, okay, good. We got two of them. Alright, we got rid of that one. Alright, let's go, Shartay! Alright, take that, Marjorie. Omega Storm! I don't think I've ever used this move before. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Cornet is now level 55. Shartay is now level 52. I've underestimated you, little one. Now, behold my true power! Didn't you just say that same thing earlier? Shut up! I mean, my real true power. Stop! Enough of these foolish games. I was merely pretending to be your slave, but no longer. I will become the ruler of this world, and all of you shall die. Come to me, weapon of the ancients. Uh-oh, that's the person that killed her mom. That's the big metal thing in my dream. What is this thing? Ugh. How am I supposed to know, Meow? That's what you were working on in the back, huh? Do you think that hunk of junk can possibly defeat the magnificent Marjorie? Ha! Gonzalo, you've totally lost it now. Ha! Don't underestimate me, old man. What is this power? This can't be. Now it's time to finish it off with my ultimate spell. Aha! Huh? I think I messed it up. I can't believe I'm related to her. Ha ha ha! I guess I win this round. All that's left is the destruction of the prince, and this world will be mine. Cornet felt a strange power emanating from the petrified prince. HP and MP recovered. Oh, he's like a healing statue. Gonzalo's the enemy, meow. Marjorie. I can't believe Marjorie got beat. Huh? What do you want from the ruler of this world? Why are you staring at me like that? You aren't thinking about fighting, are you? Of course I am! You impertinent little brat! I forgot to save. My prince, please give me your power. Mother, I'll pay them back 10 times for what they did. Um... I should have saved! I should have saved, guys! I forgot to save. Okay, guys, Wow, this guy's HP is insane. All right, we did it. Elkun is now at level 52. I did it? That can't be a girl. Ugh. Aha! Magnificent. This is truly magnificent. This can't be happening. It's too strong for me. I can't do this alone. Don't give up, Cornet. Kururu, a toilet? Kururu! A toilet! I can't let you take it. I can't let you take it all the glory, Cornet. Ah! Fight, Cornet. Fight. Yeah, you're right. Haven't come all this way just to stop now. And I'm not alone. We can do this! Alright, let's go, team. Omega Storm. Alright, come on, Elkun, you've got this. Oh man, get... Don't make a storm. Alright, good job, Shartae. Come on, Duke. Come on, Alcoon. Well, maybe I can use like a heal all thing. Heal all spell. That would be pretty cool. Alright, come on, Alcoon, let's go! Alright, Gigastorm! Oh my gosh, we lost Cornet, I think. Oh no, we didn't. Oh wow, we all leveled up. Awesome. Good job, Cornet. See, Cornet? Where would you be without me watching your back? Mother. The puppet, her mom's soul's in the puppet that's flying. And just where do you think you're going? Yeah, Gonzalo, what's the big hurry? Punishment, punishment, ha 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 ha. Hey, Cornet, give the prince a kiss. True love's kiss. Where am I? Oh, I'm glad he's safe. Cornet, where are you going? Don't you have something to tell him? I couldn't possibly. I managed to come so far, but was I doing the right thing? We've gone through so much and I've done many things that I regret. Do I really deserve to be happy? Wait! Are you gonna make one more person unhappy then? If you leave now, I'll probably never see you again. It would be a shame to live a life without being able to share the love that my heart holds for you, Cornet. While I was dancing with you at the party, I noticed that all the other girls were looking at me as just the prince. No one really sees me as just a person. But you, Cornet, you were different from the rest. I knew right then, when you looked into my eyes, that you were the one. We've all done things that we often regret. Just this once, listen to your heart. Stay with me, Cornet. Do you, Ferdinand, take Cornet? To be your lawfully wedded wife? I do. Do you, Cornet, take Ferdinand to be your lawfully wedded husband? Yes, I do. You may now kiss the bride. Oh, they get to do their dance again. The prince is back and he's getting married, and Galonzo is gone. Things are going so smooth that it's starting to scare me. Ever since Queen Sigrid became queen, the parties have always been formal. But I guess today must be a really special occasion. Congratulations! I'm glad the prince came back safely. Ah, that was a beautiful wedding. Oh, what a beautiful bride you've become. Your mom would be proud. Now, let's see now you've done it. I'm starting to get all misty-eyed. Hello, Princess Cornet. Congratulations. May you and the prince have a wonderful life together. You have such a beautiful dress. I envy you. The queen for the past 2 generations has been a commoner. Has never been a commoner. How times have changed, huh? I dreamt of being the prince's bride, but since you're the one, congratulations. I thought for sure that Etoile was going to be the prince's bride. The queen used to be a commoner too. I'm sure she can give you some advice. I've heard that Marjorie fixed the walls she destroyed in the main hall. I guess she's not that bad after all. The prince is back and getting married. I wish you were a soldier for the kingdom, you know. You know how to kick some butt. Can I help you, Princess Cornet? Don't worry, you'll get used to people calling you princess. Congratulations. Congratulations. The restroom is located on the other side of the castle. Since you're the bride of the prince, you can use the main room if you wish. There's never a line in the men's room. There's never a line for the men's room, that's true. That's because ladies always are in line for the bathroom. Kururu! I'm so happy for you. Goodbye, Cornet. Oh, that's her mom. Mom, please don't go. Cornet, I see, you know? You've become so strong, Cornet, like I knew you would. Oh, please, don't leave. I don't think I can go on without you, Mom. I was able to come back to you as Kururu only until you found true happiness. I'm happy being with you, Mom. There are people here who truly care about you, Cornet. Don't cry. People will come and go in your life, and that's inevitable. You fought for what you believe in. That's all that matters. I'm proud to be your mother, Cornet. Mother! That's how people grow up. I was happy to see you grow throughout our journey, Cornet. But don't cry. Smile for me. It's gonna be all right. We're one and the same, you and I. We'll see each other again. I promise. Besides, your prince wouldn't like the way you look now. Okay. Okay, Mom. That's better. You always had the prettiest smile. Goodbye, Cornet. I'll always be with you. Mother! Oh man, that was very sad. And that's the end of the game, guys. Yeah, the mother spirit was in the doll. She was killed by that giant mech, saving Cornet's life, and then she basically prayed to go into the doll to watch over Cornet. Yeah.
Thank you, my love. I thank you from my heart. You filled my life with melody and song. You are the one I tell my story to. It's just begun. Our love will last forever. We'll share our lives as one. have shared the laughter and tears through all of the years. We will say goodbye just for now, till we meet again. Thank you, my love. Thank you over and over. It warms my heart just to say it again. Thank you, my dear. It's so hard just to say goodbye, but I will do it with a tear and a smile. Thank you, my love. With all of my heart, you gave to me a reason to believe. Thank you, my love. I thank you from my heart. You filled my life with melody and song. You are the one I tell my story to. It's just begun. Our love will last forever. We'll share our lives as one. We have shared the laughter and tears through all of the years. We will say goodbye just for now, till we meet again. Thank you, my love. Thank you over and over. It warms my heart just to say it again. Thank you, my dear. It's so hard just to say goodbye, but I will do it with a tear and a smile. Thank you, my love. With all of my heart, you gave to me a reason to believe. Lessons learned you have taught me through time, and they will stay inside my mind. Thank you, my love. Thank you over and over. It warms my heart just to say it again. Thank you, my dear. It's so hard just to say goodbye, but I will do it with a tear and a smile. Thank you, my love. With all of my heart, you gave to me a reason to believe. You helped me find the courage to be me. You gave to me a reason to believe. Thank you, Kururu. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, Karu was the name of the puppet that her mom's soul was in. Oh wow, I wonder if it's a girl or a boy. It'll be a girl. How do you know that? Just because. A girl, huh? We should come up with a name for a girl. I already have one in mind. That was fast, and what would that name be? We'll name her... Oh, it doesn't say what the name is. Maybe Karuru? For the doll? I don't know. Well, that's literally the end. I don't know if there's an extra part of the game or what, but that's the end, so... Alright, thanks, I appreciate that. Well, thank you again, Mandracos, for sponsoring today's stream. Thanks, Mandracos. What a great ending, and a happy ending to this. I literally am like so like literally in tears, like because her mom had to go, so it's just very sad. But I think it was a great happy ending. So thank you so much, Mandracos, for all of your kindness and love and support for the channel, and thank you for recommending a great game. I really enjoyed the game. I'm literally have not even been this emotional even over like a movie. It's such a beautiful story, and I really liked it a lot, so thanks. Actually, with like my own strangely enough, my own mom passed away a few years ago, and so I can kind of understand how Cornet feels. And she wasn't ready for her mom to go, and that's how I felt too. But honestly, that helped me a lot. Playing this game made me feel a lot better about it. So thanks. So yeah, thanks you guys so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and another Let's Play is complete. So God bless you and happy gaming. God bless you, Mandracos. Thank you so much for helping the channel and helping us survive by being an ultimate. And God bless you wherever you are watching this. Thank you, everyone. God bless you all. Thanks for watching, everyone. And I hope you all have a wonderful night. God bless and happy gaming. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks.